So, Lincoln here, I'm back, just trying to get my stream back online after a reboot. So bear with me for a second while I check if it is running. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, can you just check that my Twitch, bloody ads, that the audio's running? Right, sorry, I'm just trying to get, having a shocker today. Close that one. Just rebooting my machine absolutely killed me. Right, hang on. I just want to see that the Twitch stream is... Oh, I love these ads. Go away. While that ad's loading, I'll just check that my controllers are working. Right. Oh, it seems to be working. Still getting some weird little errors. Right. Cheers, Brock. Yep. Okay. Let's try this again then, shall we? Right. Right. So many ads cluttering up my stream window. Anyway, alright. Let's just check, because I had to reboot and it freaked out on me a bit that I didn't lose my last changes. Imported meshes, props, oil lamp. Let's just we'll just drag some into the scene, hopefully. It'll let me. Whoops. Dear. Alright, that's right. I forgot that my blueprint, the blueprint that I created for that lamp, I copied some stuff in, which is causing the problem. I just need to delete it out of the blueprint for the lantern, and we'll add it in another day. I'll delete that section out of the blueprint and then just test the lantern, and then we're going to move on to importing some new skulls that Sergi's just finished modelling. Should be fun. Right, let's edit this blueprint first before I forget. Let's get to our mesh, props, oil lamp. Right, let's just get rid of this stuff for now. I'm pretty sure that's what's causing it to El Crasho. Compile it. Let's check it. Yep. For some reason that material's dropped out, so we'll just check why. The glass material's broken, so it shouldn't be hard to fix. Compile. What's broken on it? Oil lamp base color, roughness, normal. It's just compiling the shaders. That all looks correct for our glass. We should probably just go save on it.
Well then, no nerve for you.
No. probably need to get some solid state drives in these machines. Should help with the performance when it's doing an action like this.
You want to see the skull?
Yep, I'm just saving this and we'll get into Skull Land. So I'll just check that I haven't got space issues on my hard drive or something. But something's awry with this machine at the moment. 34 gig free. I was gonna check Margaret. Brooke's not here today at all, is he?
No. You can contact him by email or whatever.
I can check with you maybe. So Jeanette was texted me and said, any chance if I take tomorrow afternoon off and then just come in on Monday and make up those hours?
Yep.
If that's cool.
That's fine.
I've got a little spreadsheet, I'm tracking it all, but I think she's got plans to do something with the kids for the afternoon.
Cool. No
So I'll be
worries.
here tomorrow, but just maybe after lunch I'll head off and go do something with the kids and then come in on Monday and make up those hours.
Yep, that's fine.
Right, so that material's fixed again now. I don't know why it dropped out, probably because it crashed, so we'll just save it. I already did save it. Right, now you can see the blueprint's happy. Right, compile it, save it. Just to check things aren't completely custodized, we will, let's just drag the blueprint into here. I'll hit save all here this time. Save all. Save. Right. Sorry, I'll only be 1 sec, CG. Just want to check. I was shooting this lamp and it was absolutely crashing on me. With the lamp. Right, the glass breaks and when she goes past, she kicks it and stands on it.
Shoot the glass, shoot the lamp.
Oh, she's tripping on it. She's having troubles. Go away. Anyway, in essence, it's working enough, but we've still got to do stuff to it. Anyway, save that. What was we doing? Right, if I go to our browser, props, bones. I reckon we delete the skull. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Mine is slightly better.
Right. I'll check my Twitch is still going. For anyone that is watching, you're about to see a conversion from oh my god that is awful to oh my god how much better is that. Actually, we won't delete it yet until we bring in the new ones. Compare them. So I'm just finding the folder. Skull models. Skull. Right. So if we do a Windows copy paste.
Yeah, that will make it.
Uses Aaron. Documents. Unreal.
It's very hidden.
After the lights. Content. Project.
Content.
Imported. Meshes. Props.
After
I
the
know
light.
where everything is.
After the light. Content.
Bones. Right. We'll just drop it in here at the root level, eh?
After the bones, slap the llama.
Paste. Hey, look at that. Right.
And everything looks connected.
So let's just have a look. Sometimes they look connected, and then when you double click on them,
Yeah.
all the material links break. So we'll just check. Static mesh, static mesh. We haven't got materials yet, have we? Oh no, there's your material.
Yeah, it has its own material.
Oh, wicked. No, yeah, they're broken. What do you remember what they went to? Just skull.
Yeah, skull. Base
Take this
color.
off for a second so I don't look like a total weirdo. Skull base. Oh, that was the normal. God.
Almost.
Skull base. This will be the normal.
Yeah.
Normal. That will be the other.
Slap the llama.
Llama. Right. Give this 1 second to.
Shake the ball.
Do we need a shake the ball? Do we need to flip anything on these?
I think by default is just yeah, it's not. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. What's this one? Oh my god.
I let you put the material you want.
Oh, on there too. Sorry, did the wrong bit. Oh dear. He can have the skull material. He's got a skull pipe. Crazy. Maybe while we're here, we'll put some collision on him. Maybe just a sphere.
Guys, you know there's chips around.
Thank you.
We'll go that kind of collision. Save. Oh dear. We'll do these guys quickly. He will have the skull.
You like
And
the touch.
we might as well just keep collision on each of them as we do it. Skull.
Ridiculous.
Skeletti, skeletti. Save.
He just expected me to dive in because he thought
Skeletti.
And then you didn't. And how rude were you? You matey, were they?
And the jaw. So it's even the skull just uses the jaw just uses that same material.
Everything is the same. Performance, always.
Right. So let's compare this skull. Pretty bad. That's because I just had a random bone material, which is pretty basic.
Oh yeah, it
And
doesn't
it's-
have any kind of PBR.
There's nothing about it, nothing fancy about it, compared to these skulls. How do you drag the light source again?
It's
Shift.
with the L. Yeah.
Light. Hold
Yes,
hold L.
And mouse.
Ah, there we go.
it is.
Rear. Put in a good spot.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up G.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a little bit nicer.
A little bit.
Dear oh dear. Right, so anyway, enough jiggling around. So what were we going to do? Test him in a scene.
Yeah, why not?
Let's put him in. I know a perfect place where I know I needed a prop.
You can have the llama slapper at the end.
Slipper.
It's the one with the cigar.
So the niche is 52. In theory, level 52. Maps 52. Let's go and see how he looks in a scene. Who's that? Sixes. Looks like the guy from Tim the Tool Man, his neighbour.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not thinking of. I don't know who that is. Some guy with a beard. 52. Right. I reckon it's these little things that make the difference in the levels, like little props.
Yeah, always.
Maybe I should save all before this thing crashes on me again.
Destroy everything inside.
I'll do it, eh? Save all. Right. So, let's. 3. Let's check out our level. This is a very narrow hallway with niches for us. I hate niches to pieces. Pretty bad. There's already this skeleton, which is actually super low poly.
He has been waiting for ages though.
Let's browse to that asset. That's this guy. So that's Lod 1. Again, it's pretty low poly and awful. And it might be a prop that I just only throw in the distance because it's so low poly. But let's just throw this skull next
Actually, I
to
already paid that one, but I would like
next
to
to
know
there.
how to do it. Oh, do I need to like have it like with no payment yet?
Put the new head
So you haven't
from
paid
this
yet.
guy.
Yes, and actually I don't have the ticket.
I'll just throw a couple of variants of the skulls about so we can look at them.
The cigar.
Enforcement.
Let's put some up. I actually put some up here, but they're awful. Look at that. Delete delete. What I should do is, now that we know we don't want this guy anymore, nuke it. Delete, and it'll find all the instances where I dropped that stupid little skull. You might as well force delete and get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Just love the school.
That skull's gone.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think there would be a parking meter at 10 o'clock at night.
I think they have cameras.
Now to celebrate, for celebrating it, just add the one with the cigar.
Two places.
Right, so let's just put some of.
There are two
Which
options,
ones?
I think.
Number
Overstaying,
6.
where you didn't display a ticket, and then it tells you what to write, basically, to them.
They'll
It's
probably get that
legally
letter
not-
all the time now.
It's not it's legally
Put a
not
jawbone on
impossible.
here.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
No
Sounds
worries.
very good.
I kind of need to go in there. The reason there's horrible stretching is because I've got a blend mode moss, which I haven't gone in and painted it out using weights and whatnot, but it's high enough that you don't actually see it up in there anyway. Another skull over here somewhere.
And put the number 6 on top of a barrel.
On top of a barrel. Number 6.
Yeah.
Oh, number 6. There he is.
He died like a man.
He's just the gangster. Got to put it so the cigar's overhanging. Gangster.
It's a badass skull. It's the llama slapper. The one who slapped the llama every day. And tell her you are a very naughty animal.
Let's just, we'll test this because I'm not even sure if, let's go save. Not even sure if those ledges I put those skulls on are visible from where we are. Oh, I can see one up there. There he is. They're a lot better. Yeah.
We need a lantern. Torch.
Where the hell was it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. I've lost myself. Back. There. This guy. Move him back. Get him kind of out of there. A few more of these. Maybe he's on his side. Not levitating.
Can you see them?
Yeah, I just need a toggle on my lantern. Ooh, I reckon I need to turn the lantern down. It's too intense, eh? It's like a million watt LED. I suppose I should set. God, they're everywhere. Right. Right, just leave one going. There we go. Yeah, have a look. I'll
Down intensity.
so bright.
Yeah.
She's like, ugh, I can't see, get that out of my face. I love the shadows cast by it though, eh?
Yeah.
They're cool. But, ooh.
I'm not dancing.
Was that? Oh, 6 wants to see the crossbow. I'll show him the crossbow and then.
Just lower the intensity first.
Yeah, we'll lower the intensity of the lantern first. So I've got to go to core.
I think maybe the skulls are as static, not movable mesh.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, they're not physics actors or something at the moment. Movable.
No, but I think, yeah, but how do you...
Yeah, when I shot the barrel, it's floating
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I think you just have to turn on the physics.
No, it's because it's static, not movable.
I can check.
Yeah, check them all, because I changed it for my scene.
No,
No, I think you have to do it on the outliner.
Oh, in the outliner.
Yeah.
You
because-
see, I'm still learning. Still learning. Now, I'll do one thing at a time. Weapons, signal lamp, the blueprint, I guess is the one we want. What was I doing? I'm totally losing it.
Intensity.
The intensity.
It's too bright. You can
Spotlight.
kill everything without
So
lantern.
the spotlight's 5,000. It's a bit intense. Try 2,000. Let's just play that. Well, that's a bit nicer already. Still a bit intense for close-up
Yes.
stuff.
It's very intense. Yeah. It's very intense.
Let's just turn that down.
400 or something like that.
Oh, there it is.
I don't know.
What do I go to? 2,000. Let's go 500.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll toggle through them. Still very intense.
Yes. Maybe if you change the attenuation,
Yeah, it's one of the settings
Yeah.
needs to change.
maybe you can help. Just lower the attenuation.
I'll turn on the. Hang on. Jeez, so many of them.
They want to welcome you.
Attenuation radius.
Yeah, attenuation something.
What's the attenuation? It does
Yeah,
bounds the lights visible if clamped on. Some of these sentences I struggle to understand.
just put the half. And instead of
What's that?
1,000,
1,000.
try 500 and try something like that. You just appear randomly.
So what did that actually? What you kind of want is the blurriness around the edge. That's the inner and outer radius. Eh? I'll show this. Show sticks. This is a horrible way to look at it because it's super blown out.
You have to.
There's the crossbow, but
Just lower the intensity to something like 50 or 100.
up to you guys. Let's just try 200.
Or less even.
It still seems intense.
Still very intense.
Yeah, that's surprising. The hands look rusty almost. Look at that length.
Try 40.
40?
Yeah, something low. Go for it. Just leave the light to the limit.
Still the same.
Oh yeah. Are you sure that's the same? It's the same light you are changing.
Yeah, I've just got to check. What am I changing? I'm probably in the wrong blueprint. So what I should do is go to reference viewer. So where's that being used?
This is your gun.
No, this is Margaret.
Signal lamp blueprint.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
have
Oh,
one.
cheers,
I think
6.
we have to do one by the
Yeah, we can try and show you the crossbow. Crossbow. Might be easier to look at it in here. In an unlit environment. Oh dear.
Give some shininess, light bouncing. Slap the crossbow.
So, but actually, shameless plug time. Hang on. New window. If you want to check more of the crossbow out, you can see it
At my outstation.
at my art station. So Lincoln Renal.
You can show mine as well.
Yeah, I'll show you Sergi's who modelled it. So a lot of the concepts are in here, but there's the pistol, the grenade launcher, there's the crossbow. So that's the 2D concepts, but if you go to ArtStation and look for Sergi, back. How do you do search for
Yeah, it's Nicolas.
Sergi? Nick.
No, it's Nicolas T.
Oh, is it S?
Yeah, it's Nicolas.
SN.
This is-
I.
let me see. No, just all together.
Oh, SN. Okay. Sergi.
That's the first one.
Sergi Nicholas. There we go. So Sergi did the modelling of it, so there should be. There you go. So you can see some renders of the model there.
Yeah.
You check out those two pages. Right.
Branding time.
Right. Anyway, back to what we were doing. I'm totally losing the plot here. The light. Oh, that's right. Our lamp, signal lamp. So that was the blueprint I was adjusting the light in, but didn't seem to be doing it in the game. So, that's right. There's two blueprints. That one's with the physics enabled.
How many lamps you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lamps, right? Or
What I can do is check the player. If we go to core, sorry, motion controller. Got to remember where stuff is. So here's our filing weapon array. Spawn. So when you toggle the button, it's spawning signal lamp with physics. So I was doing the wrong one.
okay.
So if we go back to our signal lamp,
Those things.
the one with physics, because I was playing around trying to get the handle to swing, but I haven't quite finished.
That makes sense.
So anyway, if we go to our spotlight, right, so that's 5,000. Let's try again. So now we'll try, let's just try 1,000. And if we go play, oh yeah, that's instantly. Boom. So, have a look at that. You want to have a look? I think the signal lamp's probably still way too intense. It's down to 1,000 from nosy. You might want to do skulls and stuff.
Very bright.
If you wait one sec, I'll just drop it down. I mean, it's one of those ones where you still want it to be able to be bright-ish.
Yeah.
I will drop it to what? From 1,000 to
300, 400.
try 400.
Yeah.
Pile. Play.
Good. Well, at least I can see the shapes now. It's much better.
Try and look along a bit. See, that one there to me doesn't. It's only the ones that are super close where they're like, because they're so close to the lamp, they get. But if you look at the one to your left, behind him, you might have to show the road. See, that one to me doesn't look as like overly intensely lit. Keep getting on the road. But obviously something that close is going to be.
Yeah, look at this. If I make something like this is animation as well. It depends about how far the light is. So something like this for me will be much more ideal.
If I drop it from 400 to 300, just to see, and that should knock out the really close ones. To see now, you might find those close ones are fractionally less intense.
Yes, they are much better now. So just half in.
I mean, most of the time, you're very rarely going to have assets that close.
Yeah.
This is the narrowest probably of all the caves.
Yeah.
And normally, I wouldn't put too much stuff at your feet anyway.
What's the intensity now?
300.
300. Can you try 150? Something low?
The only thing I was scared of is having it so low that it doesn't really help in the environment. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you got zombies running and you got a dark scene and you want it.
Yeah, but I think that if we have a very dark scene, the contrast will be very high anyway. But yeah, we can
150.
try 150, yeah, just to try and see if it behaves. Yeah, this is perfect.
Perfecto.
Yeah, look at this. Now I see the shape and everything. And I can.
We guys under here. Creepy crawlers. So, get right in your face, just check they're not. Are they lit enough?
Yeah,
Or,
look at
you know what I
this.
mean?
They are perfect.
You can still see some shadows.
Yes, I think. Yeah, look at the ceiling.
If we cut in the middle and go to 200, would that be too much?
Yeah, I think 200 maybe will probably really be this one. I don't know.
I don't want to be in the skull. I'll try it.
Yeah, okay.
What were we at before? We should have called this game Trial and Error.
After the error. Yeah. No, yeah, it's fine.
I reckon we leave it there then.
Yes, we can leave it.
What I was trying to get is that sweet spot where you still get some nice cast shadows from those close zombies
Yeah.
when they're coming
The
at you.
thing is that I am left-handed. Yeah, the sound again.
Yeah, I put the sound on the grenade launcher, but it still shoots like
Yeah. Is it anymore?
no. I remember I tried to put the animation on and it wasn't working. Shot for that guy who was right in front of me. I don't think they'd take you to a gunfight. They look good. I wonder if I apply your material to that skeleton. Save that.
You can try, but remember the normals
yeah.
are made for the skulls only.
Hang on, close that. Because if I go to my existing props, bones,
Maybe they turn out to something realistic.
so that material is.
This is the original my material.
If I make a version of this that doesn't have the normal,
Yes.
and I applied that to
Yeah, you will have the other shapes.
that, just to get the bone texture looking the same across them all.
Try it. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Make an
call this
instance.
an instance.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Yeah.
duplicate it.
Create an instance of that one,
Yeah.
and we'll call it material just bones.
Material better bones.
Call it bones, and then I can delete that one if this one's better. So in theory,
Yeah, but it has. Look at that. Look at how it is. It has some.
delete that. If I create the material from scratch, and I just plug in. Christ, where is it?
Llama's happy place.
Where's it? What? What do I?
You plug it into Llama's happy place.
Llama's happy place.
Happy spot.
So we bring in the base color, and
Llama.
so in theory, if we do it without the normal and just, oh Christ, where do these go again? Red to ambient,
Occlusion, yeah.
green to
roughness,
roughness.
and blue metallic.
dear, oh dear, metallic,
and,
right?
and white emission.
Ooh.
No, it's just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, ooh.
It's a new one.
Oh, I see. There is some.
Yes, it's because it's only taking the UVs from the skull.
Yeah.
The rest of the material is just solid brown. But you can try anyway.
I'll try it.
It will look goofy, maybe.
It'll probably look goofy. That's probably why. Just change this to bones.
At least it's not as saturated as before.
I mean, it's at least the tone's similar.
Yeah.
Even if this is an asset that's only ever placed in the environment like that far away, you're not really going to see the ugliness, are you?
Yeah.
So I'll go save. It just means that they've all got the same,
You can see the same hue. And
yeah, the same hue and whatnot. Make sure these have all got that one. And I'll delete this cruddy. Put it on all these. Oh no, no good. No, don't worry about that. Hey, that's right.
Shake the ball.
Maybe I can.
That's great.
Yeah. I'll leave those ones alone. I won't delete it yet. Save all. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's a different skeleton. Where did I get that one from? Ew.
He feels very sick.
Yeah, I must do that.
In fact,
There's nothing more jarring than 3 or 4 assets on an environment, and one of them's like way more saturated in a different
Yeah.
tone. It's like, hey.
there's a difference there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they were just skeletons I was playing with that I just probably just free assets that I downloaded and just thrown into experiment with, but.
Yeah, it's for prototyping.
No, I've been streaming Rust for 12 hours now. Saw you guys were online, needed to check how it was going. Yeah, have a nice one, 6. We'll catch you another time. Right, so we've got skulls in there. I guess the next thing is I'll just go through maybe a bunch of scenes and just start dropping a few skulls in places and
Yeah.
do that for a little while.
You have variations now, so you can play with all the variations you have. So.
Cool. Alright, well I might take a pause there since we've done that.
Give some love to the skull.
And then we're going to go on a skull dropping frenzy.
Skull dropping.
Alright, I'll pause things there while I go and have a stretch. Right. Like
endear you and Sophie in such a manner?
I'm back anyway to the Twitch streamers, but if we've got these skull assets, which is fine if I just drop the skull, as a mesh. It's not a blueprint or anything, it's just a mesh. But if I want to throw like 50 of them in a big heap, am I better to create an instance off of the skull and then drag out the instance? I don't know if it makes a difference.
I don't know.
No idea. You know what I mean? Performance-wise, how we've got these new skulls. If let's say I want to make in those niches a pile of like 50 of them on one of the shelves, should I be dragging out one at a time, duplicating, and end up with 50 items in the outliner, or should I have an instance created off that and only drag out the instance? I don't know if it
I was going to
affects
say,
performance.
an actual collider.
In
It'd
theory,
be great to be able to shoot the pile with a grenade launcher and watch it go everywhere.
Yeah, I can put a collider
in
on
theory,
each one.
when you are dragging, at least in Unity, when you are dragging something into the screen, you are making an instance of that.
It
So it's the same.
instantiates it as soon as you drag it in, eh?
Yeah, and the material is the same, so you have that batch.
So as soon as it
And I think
pre-processes it, it only sees the 100 skulls as one.
Yes,
asset anyway.
behind the streams more or less is that.
Yeah. That's cool. I just thought I'd check before I drag all these skulls everywhere.
Yeah. The only thing that can be performance will be the shadow casters affecting the skulls.
So I maybe turn that off.
Yeah, that will make the geometry going twice or more.
Well, that won't get the shadows inside the eye sockets and stuff, though.
Yes, you can just turn off any shadow caster that could affect the pile.
Maybe I'll, by default, have the shadows turned off, but if I place any near the character, then I'll turn the shadows on.
Yeah.
Because that way, if there's one right there and you wave your lamp over it, it'll be nice if it casts a shadow, but if there's a pile of 50 over there, you don't need the shadows.
You can try and see how it performs, but yeah.
Otherwise, I leave that to the clean-up phase where people are trying to keep the performance working better, and they're like, oh, these skulls have got shadows, and just turn it all off.
Try to shoot them.
Right, anyway, as you probably heard, I was just discussing these skulls, but as a test scene of sorts, I'm gonna drag a buttload of skulls in here. Trying to avoid it being too repetitive, but yeah, that moss looks horrible, but all I'm doing here is copy paste, pretty simple sort of stuff. Rotate it so each one's slightly different. Just making a bit of a pile of these guys. One beauty of this, the way we're doing this game at the moment at least, is that the player you can't teleport the player around, so it means that we can sort of stack things in a way that from this angle might look awful, but from over here is where the player started, so it doesn't really matter. Like in this scenario, I might actually duplicate this. Put some here, lift them up. Copy paste. And we can fake the effect that there's a pile of them. Maybe this one's rotated well over, upside down even. Let's just have a look. What's that, Brooke? They should be tidy. Don't throw skulls everywhere. Remember, the top levels cared for and frequently visited. Yep. Yeah, this one's sort of in the middle level, but I get what you're saying. Just going to see how they look with the lantern. up here would be nice. So we'll have a look at that now. Oops, so if I actually copy and paste that group, Control G, group them. Where's that shelf? There it is. Zook. The added bonus here, what I'm trying to achieve is there's quite a hard edge just from the way I cut out that. So if I am cunning with how I do this, I might be able to just disguise that edge a bit. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Save now. No. Which asset is that? So we're using this guy.
No, Paul Hill.
Oh, Paul Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Hill.
No. Collision.
I think your phone is broken, by the way.
Yes.
Collision. Complex. Of interest if we turn that into a physics actor. Trial and error again. I'm just trying to see. Play.
Good.
Let's see.
Oh, hi, it's Benny. Maybe I should.
I've got the new one that I've got now. The old one's currently in charge. Could I get Alex's
Genius.
no.
Nothing really says it like.
Okay, yeah.
It's true. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be our CEO if you wouldn't say that.
Um,
Okay. It's very nice.
what would be nice is if you had some on a barrel and once the barrel exploded they dropped. But I'm just trying to remember how you do that. Oh, movable.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that.
Play. Simulate physics.
Attack!
Oh, enemy cup. Physics actor. It's all out war. Oh dear. We've got a Nerf war has broken out in the office.
Oh. It's okay, I have more.
Right.
Takes too long to
And we should go.
Yeah. Like this with the,
Jesus.
That's alright.
Oh, they all fell. Okay. Right, so that group. Ah. Dear oh dear. Let's simulate that book.
Why don't I not offering me while he's pointing it at me?
you already have more
I'll reload you, but you have to promise to get saved. Hey. You're welcome.
Move.
Alright, how many people are chopping?
Dear oh dear.
Guess you get saved.
Why is everybody
What did I do?
You exist.
Yeah.
Oh, standing.
As long as you're breathing, Bertie.
I'm damaged now.
Oh. Oh. Right. Right, that's enough.
Okay, I think you should go now.
Right. So that group is simulating physics. I just want to see if
You got all your.
Thank you. Good battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, folks. my fault.
Thank you. Don't tell them what.
Hey, Dom.
Yeah, try it.
What's this?
But if you... Yeah. Cool. Do you think you can confirm or not? I'm not creating it.
I'll try.
No, what I mean is like, just like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's go. Come on. There we go. Right, so the good thing is when I shoot the zombies, what I was just testing there is that as I shoot them and they collapse into there, these items are acting as physics actors, so these skulls get knocked around by their limbs, which is kind of what you want to happen. Might even duplicate that. Put some up here. Right. Cool.
Stuck in an infinite loop there. I just set up a condition to tell it to not do that.
The only other thing that would be kind of nice is if you shot them, they would take an impulse.
But it looks like it's returning a 500 euro sometimes.
So, probably what we need to do is make a blueprint out of it then.
I just disappeared. But he will be literally 2 minutes away at on the way to
I mean, I can't be too sure. Alex.
So let's make a new blueprint.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Alex is going to go home today anyway. Or should I go down to get Alex's?
and call this skull pile. So what we can do is just drag some skulls into our scene.
Is that your stomach?
My stomach.
Are you hungry?
Hungry.
Oh, you're making the Jackson 5.
Yeah. What are their names? Michael, Tito.
Oh, can't remember.
Tito.
Just Michael, I know.
Tito.
What other Jackson 5s? There was Michael, Tito. Was he one of them?
I can't remember.
Gary Jackson.
Gary. And Frank.
Stonewall.
Stonewall.
Stonewood?
Yes.
Sounds
I
nice.
can't remember what his actual name was, but he's like one of the American Civil War generals, isn't he? Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall. Huh? Don't forget about Michael. There it is, Michael.
So if I make a little like spherical pile of skulls as a blueprint, and that way I can, if I want a pile, I can just, and I can preset that it's movable, and that way.
You will make them destructible? Or I don't know the performance, but
Probably not for now. Just make them assets that if you put them on top of a barrel and you shoot the barrel, they'll roll.
okay.
Make them physics actors, I believe. I'll just trial it. What I'm going to do is just do make a small pile.
The pain. The pain.
And at the top you can always put
I know you love it. Secretly.
the slapper, you know.
Every now and
The
then.
llama slapper.
You can put him on top.
So, in theory, then if these are all movable, I simulate. Stop. But if they are set in here as simulate physics, simulate physics and oh no, took that one as well. Yeah, I thought that would have fallen.
Nazi walks into a bathroom is occupied.
Because if you have a look on here,
Are you actually working on
where are we? Oh. Simulate. See how?
No,
Let's stop. Bonk. They're off.
yeah.
Which is kind of nice because when you have these ones down here,
Uh-huh.
you watch when I play. Yeah, I preview it. If you shoot like a zombie and he falls into that gap there, because they're physics actors, they just roll around. But they're not destructible. The only other thing that you can't do is if you shoot them with a gun, they don't take any hit. Like they don't take the physics. But I guess in the blueprint, you see them rolling. So I guess in theory, in the blueprint, we can plug in some way that they can take a hit from the gun. So if there's skulls on the ground, you can shoot them and they'll roll around.
Yeah.
Would be nice, but
Can, yeah.
is it unnecessary? Probably not. Nice to have.
I'm not. I don't think it's too noticeable maybe. Or but you can try anyway, so see how it looks.
Where's that thing? Where's my blueprint? Skull pile.
You can always take the skulls from the floor and throw them to the zombies.
So if I take this skull pile, I'll just put one more guy on it. I just want to see what happens if I do have it set to simulate physics. So if compile, save, so that one's got simulate. Right. So if I drag this into the scene as a blueprint, when we're going to put it on a barrel, yeah.
All together.
A little bit big for the barrel, but it'll do just to test it. Hey.
There's one that just went away. Was throw up? No, throw up. No.
Yeah, it's weird if they're touching each other, because I guess because they're colliders.
Yeah.
If their colliders are touching, they go.
Ignition. It's like the oil lamp. The same behavior at the beginning.
So if we edit that, must have been two of them must be very close to touching.
My God.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe if I make like a layer and then put one in here. Why is it doing that? Ah, because it's stupid thing.
It's my.
Maybe if I make this pile just big enough to put on top of barrels for now. Ah. Oh dear. Stupid thing. I don't want to. Must be because they're parented. Oh, that one's a static mesh. Weird. I don't know. But because that's at the top of the tree, yeah, it's weird. Physics. Physics. Simulate. Save. It doesn't even really matter if stuff rolls off because it just adds to the. But what I want to see, that's what I want to test. If I shoot that barrel now, whether they get thrown or whether they just drop.
Schools everywhere.
Cool. Okie dokie. Let's edit this. Probably what we want is how do you do this? Right, get them separate. Right. See if I can make a pile that when the physics kicks in, holds its shape. There we go. Alright, so check out. There been any damage? No, let's see if this works. Ain't any damage. Radial, we want radial force. Physics. Add radial force component, maybe. Radius of. Not sure why I'm applying radial force. No, we do not need that. So impulse. Add radial impulse. Source of location. I'll just try one of these. Play around this another time. One of these things is touching the other. That one. Okay. So I guess the core thing we're trying to achieve is kind of working that these objects are behaving like physics actors, which is a good start. Right. So. Alright. Alright, let's checking what. Trying to remember what particle fires we had. Fireflies.
It wouldn't have been quicker for me to have sent it over that way though.
Okay. Environment, fire grader one. So two of them with the same name. Signal lamp. See if we can weather this fire. How easy it, I'm not an expert using Cascade in the least, but might be able to customise this a bit to work as a particle fire for our oil lamps when they catch on fire. So if we just look at the components of it. So the ground brightener. So that's kind of funky. Don't know whether we need the sparks. Sparks too. With this one, I don't think we need this bit. Right, so we definitely don't need that part of it. Eventually we'll have to add in something where this fire spreads over time, but so that's the fire. Initial size by life. Save this one. Now if we look at our blueprints, definitely don't need that. On the sound, which we can change. Set has been damaged. So we don't need any of this. The emitter we're going to use is our particle oil lamp. Let's call this oil fire. Explosion, we'll just go for burning. For now we'll just use one of the existing cardboard burning, which will change later, more suitable. Apply radial damage, we don't really need. Break those links for now because they're broken anyway.
They have pretty good flavor, so they have good flavor. Sometimes I feel like the oil is like very old, but this is
This is probably again the kind of thing that'll break everything. But best way to test this one will be in our maps testing room. Yeah, the odds are this will crash in real. Let's see.
sorry, I didn't get everything.
I think there were some kids who are going to be coming in
Today.
maybe
Yep.
today, about an hourish or something.
Yes, yes. That's
But it's
all.
all, it's all broken. So
Okay. So if somebody comes to you and say,
sorry.
I believe this has been caused. I think originally had trouble with
Matt
this.
can provide some.
That's the reason that the blueprint fix, the burning barrel's got some array looping fix thing in it.
Okay, but the idea is that that's going to happen. They can come back.
Scenario I think where it gets in an infinite loop
Yeah,
and
I think Sam
Unreal just crashes.
organised another day.
Okay. So we need to say something, just like it's not going to happen today. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
But we'll see if we can fix this in the blueprint. What's that looping fix to? Explosion damage. Not actually sure how that works, but Spawn emitter. Burning. So we don't even need that bit. Spawn sound at location. Radial damage. Maybe for now we'll just skip that bit, go straight to here. Break that link. That section that was making it crash. Saving everything. Right, let's see if it crashes again when I shoot that blueprint. Okay, progress, it's not crashing. So if we edit that blueprint again, and this destroy actor bit we don't really need because that's destroying the wrong actor, it's destroying the actual lamp. So let's delete destroy actor. Test it again. How do you reckon kerosene should burn? With flames that big?
They look nice. They look nice.
A bit smaller. I'll play around with it.
Probably spread more to
Yeah, eventually, yeah, at the moment I've just got the particle emitter, but eventually what should happen is you shoot that lantern. See, at the moment it does this. I go play. If I shoot it, all it does is, if I can shoot straight.
It's beautiful, yes.
So
that's nice.
all it does is spawn the fire, but it needs to spread like a pool of kerosene on fire, so it needs to get spread out, and then the fire should die down and die out after about 30 seconds or something. It'll deplete it.
Yeah, but at the beginning it's looking really good.
Right, so let's save everything before it crashes on me. Now, something that I had done earlier, we'll see if it works. Props, barrels. My exploding barrel is actually rigged to, I believe, somewhere. Where did I have it? Somewhere I had a bit that's, is it the barrels? There's a piece somewhere where I already made it so that it will catch the zombies on fire. Where did I put it? Maybe it's in the zombies blueprint. Zombies. Animation materials, textures, core, zom. So the blueprint for all feeds off that. Is it? Oh, that is crikey. Content browser. So, the blueprint for one of our zombies. Ah, yes. So our zombies can actually catch on fire. I just need to plug this in. Plug these together if wanting zombies to catch fire from a barrel explosion. Thinking what we need is what we need is a way to distinguish it from the barrel explosion though. So spawn emitter attached. Spawn from bone. Ah, yeah, that's right. Might be that I double check with our programmers before I go messing with this too much. Obviously this one is attached to the zombie itself. Probably what I ideally want to do is actually have a way of attaching it to the oil lamp, so when the oil lamp's triggered it finds any zombies within a 1 meter radius of the fire and sets them on fire. Tricky. glitter. Location, rotation, scale. Probably a little tricky to implement today. On the face of it, it's fairly simple. All it does is, actually let's test if it works. I believe it just plugged in like that. Oops. So it goes to there. Which guy is it? This guy. Oh, no. No decent scene. Plug this back in here for now. Okay. Bother saving that. Don't save. I'll probably sign off now actually because I've got some other bits and pieces to do. So yeah, I may see you online tomorrow depending who's twitching, whether it's myself or it might be Linda doing some animation stuff. But yeah, we get a link in from Stickman Media, and yeah, that was me today.
Okay, goodbye Lincoln.
Bye bye.